All right. Another episode, Fanspective TV, Kilo Sports TV, D Scott. Y'all ready for another week?
Yeah, for
Let's
sure.
get it.
All right, let's start right where we left off. Daniel Jones. I can't believe this is the leading topic. So Daniel Jones still in the MVP running? Talk to me, man.
Yes, absolutely, bro. MVP,
Okay.
MVP of the league right now, man. I think now is him and Justin Herbert. To be honest, those are the two leading candidates,
Not
in my
Jared Goff,
opinion.
who done put up like 150 points in like 3 weeks?
Yeah, yeah,
Really?
he's balling, bro.
I mean, I can't, I can't really argue with the results. It's just that it's Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's that's all that is.
No, I feel. I mean, like I said last pod, I feel like this is going to be a 2016 Matt Ryan kind of MVP, whereas like no one really saw it coming, but over the course of years, and I mean, I'll give you years, weeks, and wins start to add up more often. Then you're gonna say, "Yeah, you know what, this guy might be MVP."
I'm just trying to
So
figure out if he's more Josh Allen or more Mitchell Trubisky. Like same build or Blake Bortles. Same build, decent arm, decent wheels. Not necessarily Josh Allen's arm, but you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, it's Daniel Jones, man, and it's Indy. I gotta check the record. I gotta check the schedule and see if they got some challenges coming up. But I mean, so far so good. But Jonathan Taylor's obviously the best player on
yeah,
the team. And this is very reminiscent of when he was in New York, when Saquon was going crazy, and he was a benefactor of it and got paid for it, but he wasn't deserving of it. Just my opinion. But these
facts.
got, what you thinking, man?
Uh, nah. It's a cool story for week 3. I get it. But you got uh Allen, you got Lamar Jackson. I put Baker Mayfield in the conversation
Absolutely not.
right now. I,
Absolutely not.
I put Justin Herbert in the conversation right now.
Okay, I could see that.
And again, Daniel Jones is up there. You can sprinkle him in as well, but he's not the best player on the team, man. And I think that highlights and resonates in the conversation of MVP. You've got to be the best player on the team, and JT is clearly the best player on that team. So, he's playing well. Rating is good. Averaging over 220 from a yardage perspective per game. I mean, he throws typically 1 or 2 touchdowns a game recently, and he doesn't turn the ball over, which I think is amazing. He's doing a great
Yep.
job, holding on to the ball. But it's 3 weeks in the season. Let's see week 8. Let's see where we are week 8, man.
I mean, you know me. I don't pass any judgment until week 8. But back to Baker Mayfield. Exciting wins, not convincing wins. I'm sorry. Like blocked field goals, like all of that. Like everybody loves the Big Show. He has a bravado that the league likes. He always had a lot of spunk. But you got to win convincingly, man. It reminds me of Kirk Cousins that 1 year in Minnesota, where like every win was one play away, and a lot broke their way. What happened in the playoffs? I think they didn't get past the card round. So yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, the Big Show, exciting wins, but just not convincing wins. But you're gonna have to talk to me because MVP, I don't see it.
Week 3, man.
And
Again,
five players can't be eligible for MVP. It got to be like 2, 3 folks.
well, the season will condense the list, right? Naturally,
Fair,
right?
fair.
Teams
Okay.
will lose. Teams will go through adversity. The list will shrink. But
So how
I'm
many
talking.
potential MVP candidates do we have now?
I personally, I said, well, there's several right now, honestly. I'm talking just quarterbacks. I got Allen, Lamar Jackson, Herbert, Baker. Put Danny Dimes up there. That's fine.
Danny
And
Dom.
and that's who I have so far. In the
Jared Goff got to be
conversation.
in there, bro.
Jared
No
Goff as
way.
well.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, no way. Nah.
Oh my
For,
goodness.
no, for 3 weeks. Well, Jared Goff had a bad week. He had a terrible
Week
week 1.
week 1, but the last
He had a,
2 weeks he's been going nuts.
but we're talking about a body of work for the first 3 weeks. We gotta include week 1. He had a bad week 1,
Yeah.
so maybe he doesn't make the list. I'm talking about the guys that I just mentioned had
hmm
pretty much 5 good weeks. Them. I know the
Yeah.
Ravens been. We'll talk about them, but
Yeah.
but we're talking about just a body of work for the quarterbacks. These 5 guys have had a really good 3 weeks.
All right, no doubt, no doubt. But speaking of somebody who had a bad week, Packers definitely got humbled. The energy has definitely shifted from week 1 to week 3. Unfortunately, D Scott, you're wearing their colors on a day like this. I don't know why. But yeah, so what we think about the Packers, man? Are they frauds? Are they pretenders or contenders? What we thinking?
I would say the Packers are still contenders. I mean, they had the game won. Jordan Love had a costly mistake with the interception, like late in the fourth. I think it was like maybe like 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The game was 10-0. Granted, they're going up against the best defense in the NFL, so credit to Cleveland. But I do still think that the Packers are going to be a viable option moving forward. And this is actually a good loss for them to humble them a little bit, get them back on being on their P's and Q's. And quite frankly, I don't see another team, at least in their division. Maybe Detroit might give them some issue. I think they'll cruise to the playoffs, and be one of the top 3 seeds in the NFC for sure, easily. Probably top 2 seeds, honestly.
On me?
Yeah.
My bad. I thought you were gonna say something in between. You usually say something. Yeah, man. I mean, realistically speaking, I think that Green Bay is definitely going to be in a conversation. One of the best teams in NFC for sure. But it's a good loss, right? There's such things as good loss. Jordan Love needed it. He went into the dog pound, best defense in the league, like Kilo just mentioned. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, who's the best defense in the league? Cleveland?
Yeah.
Cleveland has the number 1 overall defense in the league right now, today.
Maybe statistically, but I think just last week we were talking about the Chargers having the best defense in the league. So, I mean, maybe it's, 1A, 1B.
It's
still
fluid,
pretty
bro.
early. Yeah,
It's
fluid. It's fluid for sure. I would give the edge to the Browns for holding that team to 10 points. I mean, they were having trouble in the red zone, having trouble scoring the ball. Like, it was a defensive masterclass, as you like to say here, from the Browns. Now on offense, it's a whole different story for them. But defensively, they're great. I think a clip went viral with Myles Garrett and the O-lineman saying Jordan run. Like, it was that kind of game where the D-line was in the backfield the entire game. Denzel Ward and those guys in secondary were playing great. Granted, Packers will have the best receiving core, in my opinion, outside of maybe like Tucker Kraft and the rookie Golden, who's solid, but he's still a rookie. But either way, the Browns to me are showing that they have an elite defense for sure.
Okay,
Like
no
super
problem.
elite.
Now, 2 LA teams going in opposite directions, at least through week 3.
You gotta let me finish my point, bro.
Oh, my bad. Hey, my bad. I thought it was done. My bad. Yeah.
It's all good, man. No, I mean, number 1 defense in the league, like I mentioned, or like Kilo mentioned. I think the Packers will be in the playoffs. Definitely going to challenge for the NFC Championship. I think Jordan Love will need to grow and develop throughout this season. When you got the keys to the Ferrari, man, you got to learn how to drive it, right? Like, just like anybody else. Like, there's going to be hurdles. You're not going to go undefeated. They have a really good defense, really good coaching. We know that. He's got to limit mistakes. Like you mentioned before, he threw a pick. I think it was like maybe 5 or 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That kind of changed the trajectory of the game. But he's just got to make sound decisions. And I think over time he'll be able to do that. We'll see. But, yeah, they'll be in a conversation. And I also think the Browns, with that defense, they're going to win a lot of games. They're going to cover a lot of games. I don't want to say win, but they're going to stay in a lot of games with that defense, man. I'm nervous as a AFC North foe. With the Ravens, it's going to be tough, man. We'll see what happens, but I think nothing to worry about with Green Bay, not yet.
Got it. Now moving on to the West Coast, like I said, LA, we have 2 teams that we're not quite sure about. I mean, the Chargers, yes, they've been playing well. They're 3-0. They look like one of the better teams in the league. Potentially a Super Bowl contender. But this league is funny, man. You have to see them do it for us to really acknowledge that they can do it. So it's a little early, and we'll see. And they're off to a great start. We don't want to be like the Cowboys or sometimes the Ravens, where in week 3, we're going to the Super Bowl, and then by week 10, it's a different story. Now, conversely, a team that we had high expectations for, with Matt Stafford coming back, the Rams always doing their thing. Huge collapse. They had a great opportunity against another NFC conference rival, potential NFC championship matchup, and had a nice little lead, and they folded. So is this more about the Eagles or more about the Rams in that collapse?
I would say that collapse was more about the Eagles just being great, in my opinion. It's almost, I mean, there are rumors saying that they benched their offensive coordinator and Hurts was calling all the plays, and they finally started to throw the ball to A.J. Brown, things of that sort. So I would say it's more that. And then also, their special teams unit with Jordan Davis and that bunch getting 2 blocked field goals. I mean, you really can't ask for more. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, on the Rams side, that's a game you're up 26-something. It's almost as if there has to be some kind of like defensive play where on offense we're going to burn the clock down and make this game extremely difficult for the Eagles. But I think overall, to your question, I think the Eagles won that more than the Rams lost it, in my opinion. But I'm not worried about the Rams though. I think they'll be fine, quite frankly. I mean, we'll see. I think the next game is against the Colts.
Yep.
It's going to be a real
against your MVP.
and the Eagles play the Bucks.
Yeah.
Tough game.
Tough game. Very tough game.
It's going to be good. The week 4 is going to be great. To me, I think the Rams will be fine. To be honest with you, I think they lost the game. I think they lost the game more than the Eagles won it. The Eagles did take it in the end, with the block kick return, which ultimately got them to cover. For all my bettors out there, it was big. It got the Eagles to cover with the run back after the block kick. But they controlled the game throughout 3.5 quarters. Offense was moving the ball pretty easily on the Eagles defense, which I think will pop up later in this season. The Eagles defense is not as strong as they were last year, in my personal opinion. And the Rams look like the better team through and through. Puka did really, really well. I think he had 112 yards, 11 receptions. Karen Williams, 94 yards, 20 carries, was able to move the ball, control the possessions methodically. Matt Stafford, 120, 194, 2 touchdowns. He had a costly pick that I had questions about. But majority of the game, they controlled it, man. 26-7 at half. You got to win that game. Special teams, I'm sure, is, running overtime this week with reps at practice. But the Rams will be fine, man. I think the Rams right now, in my opinion, probably look the best in the NFC. And that's just my personal opinion. Yeah, I would select the Rams over anybody right now, week 3. That would be my pick to come out the NFC.
So with that being said, what's your take on both 2 players on the Eagles who have, I wouldn't say underperformed in week 1 and week 2, but their connection was on display, which is Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown? Because it feels like this is A.J. Brown finally showing, I am one of those. I'm one of them ones, And Jalen Hurts, is also demonstrating that I don't necessarily have to play a conservative style of offense for the entirety of the season. So what are your thoughts on just that connection? And let's say they meet again in the playoffs, the Rams and the Eagles. Do you think the Eagles be more or have a more potent offense on display because they know they can throw on them? Or like, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like the Eagles, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So they've been very successful with being conservative on offense because they have the weapons. They have the O-line, they have the tight end, they got the running back, they got 2 receivers. For Jalen Hurts, it's more so like, just don't mess this up. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you look and the first read's not there, glance at the second read and dump it down to your, to your relief or your valve play here, and let's get the ball moving forward. So I would expect the Eagles to still be who they are, which is not being super spectacular, but the game did show that they have the ability to at least air the ball out and get their stars, and not their stars to be stars. But I think going forward, they're going to be the same team, which wins games and ultimately won a championship last year. So I don't see a reason to fix it right now, at least.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say I agree. They're solid football wins.
Yeah.
They got 2 juggernauts on the outside, and AJ and Devontae, and I don't think they're utilized to the max of their ability. But if it works, it works. I honestly think that they had to throw the ball more because they were losing. Right, so you've got to move the ball downfield, and time is of essence. So you've got to, be aggressive in that space. They showed that they can do it. Would I like to see them do it more? Yes, but I'm not the coach, and they've got Saquon, and they've got that O-line. I mean, if you can control the clock, so be it. And I also think that they don't trust their defense as much as they did before. So we'll see kind of how that plays out over time. But yeah, I mean, bro, they're winning. So as long as they're winning, nothing to complain about.
And that's a great call. But one thing that does come to mind is Cam Newton's comments from last year, not attributed to Jalen Hurts, but just a general point of discussion. You have game managers versus game changers, right? So which bucket would you put Jalen Hurts in? I'll go one at a time.
I think Jalen Hurts is an elite game manager.
I agree with that. I think he is an elite game manager on record.
I don't know, man. Is there a difference between an elite game manager and a standard game changer?
No. I mean,
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
example,
I don't think that there are
let me
any
give
standard game changers.
let me give some
Oh, go ahead. I'm
examples,
sorry.
right?
Go ahead.
So what's Jalen Hurts greatest at compared to relative to every other quarterback in the league, right? The quarterback sneak or the tush push or whatever you call it, because of his strength. That's not something that is happenstance, right? But then let's talk about throwing the ball. He has outplayed Mahomes in the Super Bowl twice throwing the ball. Yes, he had one costly fumble, but he has outplayed many other quarterbacks that we consider game changers the same way, and he can run the ball effectively. Just maybe not like Lamar or Josh Allen or even Mahomes, but he got some wheels. And if the opportunity presents itself, he can get into yardage with his feet, and he can air the ball out. So we've seen it. These aren't things that are being made up. So would I have him as an elite game changer? Probably not. But I still don't think there are 5 quarterbacks better than Jalen Hurts right now, just in the totality of things.
Yeah. Hurts is definitely a top 5, top 10.
So how can you be
QB
top
for
5
sure.
and not be a game changer? You can't be a game manager and top 5 quarterback, man. Sorry.
Yes, you can.
Oh, you can?
Yes, you can, because it's really based relative to your contemporaries. Yeah,
Okay.
you can definitely be a game manager and be in the top of your position.
All right, so
But-
let's take accolades and accomplishments out of it. Is Jalen Hurts a top 10 quarterback skill set only?
Yeah.
Top 10, yeah. Top 10.
Top 5?
I would say skill set only is kind of fringe, but yeah.
It's fringe.
My issue with Jalen Hurts is, and it's not an issue. It's a plus, right? I can't charge him for having the best offense in the league. I
don't think he has the best offense in the league. I don't think he has the best offense in the league.
Are
I
you
don't think he has
kidding?
the best offense. No.
Bro, what
So, for
offense-
example, if we look at all the
from a skill position perspective, what offense can you point to and say, dog, this offense is better? O-line, we're talking about O-line, we're talking about tight ends, we're talking about wide receivers, we're talking about
Overall?
running backs. Overall. Eagles
I think Detroit is up there. I think the Rams are up there. Those rosters. I mean, Detroit's offense is insane, bro. Insane.
Bro.
Jameer Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? St. Brown.
Nah.
Williams. Come on, man.
Nah,
The
bro.
Rams,
Nah.
Devontae, Puka, Kieran Williams. What are we talking about? Oh my
Nah,
God.
man.
No.
Both of
Nah.
those offenses. I'm not saying any of those running backs are as good as Saquon, but if you were to rank these
I'm
receivers for me,
saying.
rank these receivers for me. Rank these receivers for me. All right. AJ Brown, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, and what's my man's? Who's the second string on Devontae Smith? Rank them for me, please.
I'm going
AJ,
AJ
number one would
Devontae.
probably be
The same AJ
Brown.
that y'all was saying wasn't a top 10 receiver last week or week
Who?
1.
Who?
Frank, I'm on record saying that. But Frank, you just gave me 4 wide receivers, bro. You just
No,
gave me
but
4
we're
wide
talking
receivers
about.
to
I'm
choose
talking
from.
about across these 3 teams.
Yeah,
Right, you have
yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, you have AJ Brown, you have Devontae
Okay.
Adams, you have Devontae Smith, you have Puka Nacua, and then you have and did I say Devontae Adams already?
Yeah,
Say
Devontae-
Williams from the Lions is in there as well.
You could throw it, but he'll be last, so I didn't want
To be
throw him in, but he'll be last.
to be fair, the Lions have the weakest receiving core out of the group you just mentioned.
Out of
The
those
weakest
3,
one.
okay, fair enough.
For sure, because AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, that's the number 1 receiving core in that group.
top of the top, bro. Top of the
Number
top.
1, and then Devontae Adams, Puka, and then Amon St. Brown,
Yeah.
and then Williams.
Even
But
if that were the
overall,
ranking, even if that were the ranking, I don't believe like the gap is that wide, bro. Like I truly don't. Puka out of all of them had the best season last year. That's a fact.
Circumstances,
and
Frank.
I think it's
Circumstances.
comparable. And I think it's actually comparable. And then we get to running backs. I mean, Karen Williams is balling. Jameer Gibbs is pretty good. Like, as a running back stable, I think Detroit has the best running back situation compared to these other teams. Yeah, you
to
have
be honest,
Saquon.
I
but
would
there's a
take
huge drop-off
Saquon
after
over
that.
both of those guys combined.
Correct.
I'll take Saquon over both of those guys
Of
combined.
course you would, but we're talking about from a team perspective, right? I think what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what I'm hearing is that the Eagles' offense is leaps and bounds better than any other team.
It
I
is.
don't know about
They
that.
are.
It really
They
is,
are,
though.
Frank.
To be fair, and that's the reason why people criticize Jalen Hurts so much is because we see what it is on paper and we see the talent on screen or on the field, and we wonder why they're not putting up 30, 40 points a game. And we wonder why. That's the criticism of Hurts. Is that the team is so safe. It's like, yo, why are they being so conservative?
Detroit has a pretty solid roster offensively, bro.
They do.
defensively too.
They
but,
do,
I mean,
but it's
like,
not better than
It's not
the
better
Eagles.
than the
No
Eagles,
way.
bro.
If
It's not
the
better
Eagles are at 10, I got Detroit right there like a 9 point something. Like Detroit
Yeah.
has a pretty solid offense. Same with the Rams. Same with the Rams, man. The Chargers arguably, as well, have a pretty good roster. You know
They
what I'm
do
saying?
have a great roster, but I'm
Yeah, they
telling
have a
you,
pretty good
Not
roster.
as good as the
I
Eagles,
guess.
nah.
Not as
So
good
what?
as the Eagles.
Not
Not
as
as good
Eagles,
as the
bro.
Eagles. And what,
I mean, I'm
what makes
open
it,
to that, but I just don't think the gap is that wide to denigrate Jalen Hurts personally. Like I
It
just,
is though.
think-
It is a
because
little
I
bit.
think
I'm
what
not
it
gonna lie to
sounds
you. It
like
is a
is
little
like
bit.
what it sounds like to me is that team is carrying him versus the other way around. That's what it
well,
sounds like.
No,
here's the thing.
Yeah, he's not carrying them.
He's managing the team to the best of his ability, which results into wins, right? But if he was a game changer, Frank, they would be dropping 40, 45. And that's why A.J. Brown's so upset, because he's like, dog, like, bruh, like, I need somebody that's going to be back there. That's,
But the offensive philosophy ain't that.
You can argue that for sure. But what I'm saying,
It's a fact.
I hear you. What I'm saying is, when you've got the talent that they have on offense, it makes his job that much easier, right? You drop back, you got read one, it's not there. You got read two, not there. I can either dump it off, like Kilo just said, or my line is so damn good that I can just pick a lane and run. I mean, I watched it all season last year. I'm like, dog, like, why don't he can run every down if you want to.
Yeah, but the thing is, Saquon, if you look at his last 3 games, I don't think he's been cracked 70 yards.
He did.
You know, like they haven't been running the ball well.
And they
so
won.
That kills your argument right there. They had your 3-0, they have not been running the ball that well.
Bruh.
Saquon ain't got 100 yards yet. He went for 2 bands last year.
How many carries?
Even what you're describing is not taking place right now.
How many carries on average? How many carries does he have?
Yeah, but again,
Let's see
more
right
to
now.
the point. If he's not carrying the ball is being thrown more. What are we talking about?
Wait. Just because he's not carrying the ball, it's not mean the ball's being
I don't have
thrown.
the carries in front of me.
Well,
I don't have the carries in front.
Okay,
I'm doing this with no notes. I don't have the carries in front of me. I don't
I got you.
carries.
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, he had 18 in the first game, 22 week 2, 18
How many yards?
week 3. Those are heavy
toting the
loads.
rock. They're not toting the rock, bro.
Read the yards. Read the yards.
He had
They're
60,
not handling the ball.
88, and 46.
You got to give them the
Say it
ball
again?
more.
He has 60 week 1, 88 week 2, 46 week 3.
So he's averaging about 60 yards a game right now. Yes, he doesn't have the carries, but they have the wins, right? So if they're not running the ball, how are they winning?
Luck.
Nah,
I think Jalen Hurts has a lot to
I
do with
wouldn't
that.
say luck. I would look at
think
it more so
Jalen
like,
Hurts has a lot to do with that.
Special teams won the game. The game
Can
I
we
watched
see
last
Jalen
week.
Hurts' rushing yards, please?
let's see this real quick. Jalen Hurts rushing. First game, 14 carries for 62 yards, 2 touchdowns. Week 1, he had 9 carries for 15 yards. Week 3, he had 9 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. Well, he had a touchdown in week 2 as well. Passing, he was 19 for 23 week 1 for 152 yards. Week
Come
2,
on, man.
15 for 22 with 100 yards. Week
Come on,
3, 21 for 32 with 226.
Frank, I can go out there and pass for 100 yards today.
So what I'm saying is, bro.
Wait. Jalen Hurts just had his first passing touchdown against the Rams. Week 3,
Again,
his first
I
touchdown passing.
I didn't ask about passing first. I asked about running, right? Because the thing is, y'all's argument is this, that the offense in totality is so elite and the running back is so elite that they're carrying him. What I'm telling you is that the numbers don't reflect that right now. Because think about it, everyone's numbers are down across the board, right? A.J. Brown ain't cooking like that. Devontae Smith ain't cooking like that. Saquon so far ain't cooking like that.
Why
right?
do you think that, Frank? Why do you think that?
Again, because the team is structured in a way that Jalen Hurts doesn't have to throw that much unless he absolutely has to, which you saw second half against the Rams. They play a very conservative style offense until they open it up. And by the way, didn't somebody just say that they said they're going to change, like Jalen Hurts decided to throw the ball? He just decided like, hey, the way y'all are calling it ain't going to win us the game. I'm about to dial this up. Didn't one of y'all just say that?
That was a rumor that the OC had got benched.
Because obviously the team has a philosophy, and they're down 20-some points against the Rams. And say, you know what, I'm about to let this thing go, and he did. I mean, and the thing is, so let me ask y'all this: Is it a matter of does it happen often enough, or it cannot happen at all? Let me get that.
Okay, wait. So I would say number 1, it does not happen often enough.
Okay, that's a
number
style
1.
preference. Okay, that's fair. No problem.
Number 2, they had to dial. I mean, you're at halftime. You're down 26-7. You have to throw the ball. Like there is no other way to get the ball in the end zone without throwing it. Okay. Period. I mean, so it's almost like his hand was forced to throw the ball, which is fair. It's okay, cool. We're just saying that on a regular basis, based on last year and the year before, and this year up to week 3, Jalen Hurts has not been asked to do too much. Lamar has been asked to do a lot. Allen been asked to do a lot. Joe Burrow's asked to do a lot. Mahomes asked to do a lot. He's a guy. Jaden Daniels asked to do a lot. He's a guys that have to be, that are doing a lot to produce wins. Hurts, his roster is so elite that it begs you to think like, yo, why are they not dominating more? Why are they not scoring more? They're so elite. Why not? Because they have to protect themselves from the QB. That's it.
I think they're in a position where before the game, I think the OC just be like, hey, Jalen, just don't fuck this up. Like, just do whatever you need to do to not mess this up, dog. Don't turn it over. Play methodical football. If we don't get it on third down, we punt, and we operate in that space. And I did appreciate seeing him airing it out. I personally, I think he can do it, Frank. I agree with you there. I think he has the talent to do it. I just think it could be a combination of the two. He's being restricted. And then he also has the pressure of having all of these assets at his disposal too. Right?
I don't believe that.
Oh, yes, he does. AJ was on his ass for the first 2 weeks.
Don't believe that.
Bro, watch.
I don't believe he believes that the pressure is on him to do that. I don't. As a defending Super Bowl champs, I just don't see that right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't.
Don't be shocked when AJ Brown decides, hey y'all, I'm not coming back here. Hey y'all, trade me.
I mean,
I'm just saying, don't be shocked.
There's no receiver that doesn't want the ball, right? Like that's anathema to what a receiver is, right? So I understand that. But what I'm saying is, because I'm looking right now, so they played They played the Cowboys. The Cowboys honestly could have won that game. I'll give you that. The Eagles and the Chiefs, that was just a defensive battle both ways for the most part. And then week 3, when needed, when called upon, he delivered. You know,
special teams delivered
for sure.
Oh, exclusively.
Rams should have won that game twice.
All right.
Literally twice. That should have been an Eagles loss. No matter what no one says, Eagles loss.
Should have won that game twice, bro.
But
like,
it is what it is. As someone who maligned the Patriots for always getting these what I thought were like fluke wins or whatever, at some point you still have to give credit where credit is due. Maybe they just have a psychological edge. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows? But the jury's still out. I'm trying to give Jalen Hurts more credit here than what I think everyone else is. Maybe it's a little too soon, but I know what I've seen in the most critical games being the Super Bowl. I've seen how he's performed. It doesn't get no bigger than that. I've seen Jared Goff in the Super Bowl, and they barely scored. I mean, look, didn't the Patriots win the Super Bowl against the Rams with Jared Goff with like 10 points?
Yes.
Something that happened? In
Atlanta.
So these things happen. These things happen. I just think stylistically, yes, with that kind of offense, you would hope that okay, he's able to air it out more. But then again, Saquon doesn't get them type of yards, at least record-breaking yardage, without those weapons out there as a threat either. We saw Saquon for 7 years not get two bands in a season. That's not easy to do. He was averaging like 120 a game, right? So the offense, I mean, we'll see how it progresses throughout the year, but I think the jury's still out on that personally. All right, so then moving on. Somebody that we almost wrote off. Caleb Williams showed up. USC version showed up, but it's against the Cowboys. Who? Let's start with the Cowboys first. Are they pretenders per usual? What are we talking about?
Yeah, they are the worst defense in the NFL. I mean, they made Russell Wilson look superhuman, and going to week 4, his job is lost.
Hold on. Before the Russell Wilson topic, y'all were very excited about the performance. Russ is back. Let Russ cook. This, that, and the third.
Yeah,
I told y'all.
Yeah,
500 yards. 500 yards, bro. 500 yards, 4 touchdowns. You gotta say he cooking.
I told y'all.
He's cooking.
I said Russ is good for those a couple times a season. Y'all saw him last week.
Exactly. He looked terrible. So we're thinking, okay, cool. Your breakout game against the Cowboys, trash defense. All right, bet. Ride that into week 3. You don't. Now he's fired. So I'm not going to look at Caleb Williams and say, hey, he's great. No, he's not.
He had some amazing plays though, and he showed off his arm talent. Like what everyone was expecting him to walk in the league doing, he did at least for one game. But I'll let you comment on the Cowboys and then also Caleb.
I mean, Caleb No, you got, bro.
Oh, no worries, man. No, I was just gonna say the Cowboys are the Cowboys, man. Jerry's show, man. Jerry's got to go before they do anything. Personally, I won't get into that. I don't want to bash anybody. Cowboys ain't too much to say about them, bro. They're bad. Defensively, last week against the Bears, and the Bears got a pretty decent defense, but they didn't look in sync at all throughout the entire game. And Caleb Williams and the Bears, DJ Moore, they did all right. So we'll see what happens next week. But to me, I think it's two teams that ain't going nowhere fast. So I won't waste your time.
Got it.
I mean, like, I really can't waste too much energy on these bumps. Cowboys, Bears, bumps, just absolute bumps. I mean, what else can we ask from the Cowboys? I mean, you guys allow two QBs to look superhuman back-to-back weeks, then you lose your best wide receiver to an ankle injury. You're cooked. It's over with. Just pack it up. Just wait until whoever's coming out of the draft, and just wait till then. It's over with them dudes, man.
So since your season,
I was going to say, Frank, regardless of what they do, the Cowboys are going to be cursed until Jerry is no longer involved. He's got to separate himself, and he's never going to do that, right? So God has to do that. But until that happens, Cowboys are in trouble, man.
Cooked.
They're in trouble, dude. They're cooked.
Cooked.
and since your season is over, there's been some rumors about them bringing in Nick Saban as a potential head coach,
Don't matter.
Man,
as a program builder.
no way. Nick Saban's philosophies do not work on grown men getting paid. It may work in college. I mean, to be honest, Nick Saban was never good in the NFL.
Yeah, I remember
Number one.
Miami. It's terrible.
Number
Yeah.
two, Nick Saban left because kids start getting paid, and now what he does in Alabama does not work no more. That's why he left. He's not coming to Dallas possibly and being the same guy. No, hell no.
No.
Copy
Why
that.
would you leave the broadcasting booth, man, getting paid millions of dollars to run your mouth and watch football without any of the pressure in order to jump into the Cowboy situation? It's one of the most unattractive jobs out there until Jerry's gone. Once Jerry removes himself, then you can start the rebuild process. But the owners involved, man, you can't have Diddy dancing in the videos, bro. You can't have that. You can't have it. You can't have it, bro. You can't.
It's definitely one of the most unattractive jobs in the league unless you win. Because once you win whichever coach wins in Dallas is set for life, for the rest of his life and his family's life. That's the appeal. Winning a Super Bowl in Dallas will have a bigger impact on any coach's life than if they were to win anywhere else in the league. That's really what it is. So that's what keeps the job attractive, even though it's a trash shot. All right. And then speaking of another team going nowhere fast, so with the Falcons, man. That's another talented team. You got Bijan, Pitts, DJ Moore, Drake London.
Yeah.
A decent team roster wise. What's going on? You got
Man.
MPX over there.
Man,
What are we talking
to be honest, I feel like the Falcons probably busted 85% of the parlays last week. I can't explain losing to the Panthers 30-0. So it's almost so unbelievable that I have to
rigged.
say this is just a random occurrence. They'll be back to normal week 4. I really can't even put my mind to even think what happened to them. I mean, it was just bad. It was just nasty work across the entire board. Like Michael Penix looked terrible. The defense looked terrible. It was just
Terrible.
oh my God, it was so bad. Oh my goodness, it was
You
trash.
would think you was from Atlanta, how passionate you are about it.
Bruh.
That's crazy.
I mean, when my money's involved, I'm a little more passionate about what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it
Yeah.
was bad. It was bad, bro. It was bad.
Kilo, I couldn't have said it better, man. I literally put in my notes here, man. They'll be okay. Charge it to an off night. They just
Yup.
had an off night, man. I mean, 30-0 to the Panthers is nasty. You gotta throw that tape away, man. Never look at it again. Burn it and move on to a different game plan for next week. I think they got the Raiders next week.
No, I think they're paying us.
Hold on. Oh, they play the Commanders. My apologies. They got the Commanders next week. That should be a good game. Opportunity for sure. Commanders look good even without JD. So we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, they look bad, Frank. You're absolutely right on that. They look terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried though about the game because JD may not be playing. They're saying Terry McLaurin went and saw a hernia specialist yesterday.
He might be
wow.
out. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
so
see
he
that.
might be out for like 3 months. And to be honest, and I didn't want to say this, but I gotta say it now. I feel like Terry McLaurin was already injured, and he did all the shenanigans over the offseason just to get paid and secure a bag because he knew something was not right with his body. He knew that.
Yeah.
Because I remember he came back week 1. Your man looked 2 steps too slow. Always getting hogged down after big catches. He really put us in the jam. Because if you think about it, the contract that he signed was not a deal breaking contract where he could not have been in training camp practicing and getting loose and getting ready for the season. It's more so like you kind of got jerked anyway, bro. So why not just practice? Now I see why. He was hurt. I mean, now we're gonna miss. I mean, hopefully not. Fingers crossed. But it is a little. It made me a little salty to see, like, yo, bro, like, what's going on? A hernia?
I mean, but
Heart injury?
again, deservedly so. He deserved to get paid, man. He's
Get
been
paid.
he's been there toiling.
Got to get paid.
But that's not
rotation
the
of
new.
quarterbacks.
That's not the new ownership's fault. That's not Adam Peters' fault.
It doesn't
What happened
matter.
with Dan Snyder in them years? Great.
Listen, if you're his agent, what are you telling him, bro? 'Cause
No,
we saw
no.
the-
If you're
saw
if
D-Hop
you're
go
on his
through
team,
this.
yeah, you have to get paid for sure.
We saw D-Hop go through this in Houston, where it's just quarterback carousel
Yep.
for your first 7 years of your career, you know, and he was performing. Regardless, it was back there. Could have had Rex Grossman from back in the day out there, and he was still cooking. You know what I mean? So that makes sense. All right. So now with week 4 coming up, I think it's time for Scott picks. You know, so what we got, man? First off, read off your record from last week. You know, and then we can get into week 4. So the week 3 record, what we got? I think he was 7 for 16.
7 for 16 in week 3.
That's 43%, by the way.
Hey, 43%. To all my fans out there, it's my first week doing it, so bear with me.
not bad.
You know what I mean? Not
It's all
bad,
good.
not great, but we got work to do. So, we'll focus on week 4 real quick, and then I'll get you guys' predictions or feedback. So I got tonight's game. I got Seattle Seahawks over Arizona.
I'm with
Any
that.
feedback on that? Okay.
I'm with that.
I've got a really good game at the 1 o'clock slot on Sunday. Steelers over the Vikings. I got the Steelers over the Vikings with their backup quarterback playing.
Is that at 9 a.m.?
Is that the morning game? It might be the morning game. Let me check that.
Yeah.
Are they overseas?
Either way, I'm with that for sure. Either way, I'm with that.
No, I'm curious to see if that's overseas or not.
Yeah, it is. Is at 9:30 in the morning. Vikings versus Steelers. Steelers are the home team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like that pick though, for sure.
Beautiful. Good deal. Then I've got the Commanders over the Falcons.
Yeah.
I went ahead and documented that. I've got the Bills over Saints.
Yeah.
Saints have been
that's
looking
easy.
terrible
That's it.
this year. Yeah, they've been looking bad. I've got the Lions over the Browns, but for all my bettors out there, I've got the Browns covering the 10-10.5. I think it's going to be a closer game than a lot of people think because of that Browns defense. Number 1 overall at the end of week 3, by the way. Titans over the Texans. That's going to be an interesting game, but I've got the Titans over the Texans. Ward getting his first win in the NFL. What y'all think about that?
I like that a lot actually because the Texans are trash.
Texans are trash.
Stroud might be out the league in the next two and a half years, man. He's cooked. I'm sick of him, man.
Yeah. Body mannerisms look crazy this past weekend. He pouting on the sideline,
Like,
throwing his
dude.
helmet. It was bad, man. It was bad.
Nasty.
Patriots over Panthers.
Yeah.
I've got the Chargers over Giants in a pretty decent game. Giants have been playing some good football. I know y'all are in New York. Y'all probably see the tabloids and everything else, but Giants have been playing okay football.
Yeah,
but
I mean, you know, New York, everything is overinflated. I mean, I think the Giants have a really good defense. At least
Yeah.
their front four and outside linebackers are good. I mean, I like Cam Scatterboo.
Yeah.
Let's see what
Yeah.
let's see what y'all can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Facts. Okay, so Chargers over the Giants. I like the Bucks over the Eagles. I gotta hit
Oh,
one, man.
no.
Look. Hey,
Oh,
Frank.
no.
Frank, I missed this weekend with the Rams. I gotta take the Bucks over the Eagles this weekend, man. I got to.
Sheesh.
No way.
Baker going in and cooking.
No way.
After what I saw last week, I expect a complete smackdown. I mean, what's the line? 3.5.
3.5.
I like the Eagles to cover at least 3, like 2.5.
Yeah,
for
nah,
sure.
Eagles for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that we differ there. We'll come back to that. I like the Colts over the Rams in a thriller. Colts over the Rams in a thriller.
MVP game right here.
In
If
a-
he's the
in a-
MVP, he gotta show the world this week.
That's funny.
I mean,
Yeah, I like that.
no defense has been able to stop JT this year, bro. He's
Come on,
been
man.
cooking, bro. He has been going crazy, bro.
Yeah, he's performing the best right now as a running back.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And
JT always been nasty though. I think he had an
he
injury
has.
last year or the year before, but he's always been
Yeah,
nasty for sure.
Yeah.
I agree. So Colts over the Rams in the thriller. I got that game circled on my calendar. I like the Niners over the Jags in a close game. I like the Ravens over the Chiefs in a battle of the one and twos.
Got to get that win. Big time win.
It's a must win both ways, honestly.
Both
Yeah,
ways,
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a lot of
I'm
implications.
rolling with Baltimore for sure.
Probably more heavier implications for the Chiefs because their division is tougher now with the Chargers there. So they might be vying for a wild card spot instead of being, hosting the AFC Championship game like they've done for the past 7 years, which is crazy, by the way.
Yeah, it is kind of wild. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I think, and I'll mention this. I think we were talking about last week. At least Kilo and I mentioned it, and I think Frank, you may have agreed. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we were talking about the Chiefs rebuild. Is it too soon to talk about that?
No, I don't think so because there may be a nuclear option, which is to bring Reek back. If he comes back, that changes everything.
I mean, if they go one, I mean, what? Yeah,
everything.
Yeah,
everything.
That's somebody who's a top 3, arguably top 1 receiver that's not getting the rock right now. You know what I mean? If he reconnects with Mahomes, the league better watch out.
I mean, to be honest,
Rice is gonna be coming back. I think Rashee Rice's suspension is over in 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Like week 7. Week 7.
Week 7. Okay. So the second half of the season for the Chiefs, the league's gonna be on. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll see. But if the Chiefs do go 1-3 or 1-3, lose to the Ravens, you have to expose some options and bring in some more heat, especially if Worthy does not come back looking super spectacular. You know?
And
so, I like Tyreek here going back. To be honest,
my whole thing is, I would want them to lose for that very reason, to bring Tyreek back.
Yeah, they should.
I would want them to lose for that reason.
They should. I mean, Tyreek will love to come back because he's not getting the ball in Miami.
No.
I mean, there was
wasting
guys
his prime over there, for sure.
I mean, to be honest, Tyreek Hill came in the year looking better than ever. Like, it's like his body conditioning, be on the track. He looks super quick.
I've seen highlights. Man. Tyreek is waiting for the ball, bro. Like he's cooked his man, and he's like, yo, like where is it at?
Yeah,
not for real.
Where is it at? Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like he's outrunning the ball. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, you're the Chiefs. I mean, why not?
And
he's already gotten paid. And
you've already proven that you can win without him. So that whole narrative has evaporated. We don't need to hear that no more. Because now you got to win. Kelsey ain't looking the way he's supposed to right now. So they got to bring Reek back, man. And the thing is, if this loss is what triggers it, I'm all for it.
Same here. Yeah. Same. Let's please lose this week.
Please lose.
Get Tyreek in there.
Yep.
Y'all not gonna get me on wax talking about the Chiefs and making positive moves. But y'all go ahead though, man. Great takes by both of y'all for sure. So I got the Ravens over the Chiefs in a great battle. I've got the Raiders over the Bears. I need that. I need to see that just for morale purposes. Because I think the Raiders are better than what their record shows. But we'll see in due time. I've got the Packers over the Cowboys in the bounce back game. That might be a beating. That might be
and Micah going back home.
It might get nasty in there.
About to be a record show. I feel bad for that.
Facts.
It might get nasty that week for sure.
Facts.
And then it's gonna be a long day.
Yes. And then last but not least, on Monday, I got the Dolphins over the Jets in the battle of the 0-3.
Whew. I got no faith in Miami at all. No faith in Miami. Only because of Tua. I think Miami's roster is not bad. Their defense is definitely sad.
Yeah,
but
defense is bad. Yeah.
Even last Thursday or last week, they were able to get some stops where if they would have came down and scores that Tua throwing a pick against the Bills, they could have won the game. No cap. So I think the defense is better than the advertised.
Speaking to that point, I think not y'all specifically, but some pundits out there, I think the narrative on Jalen is like, yo, he's giving Tua vibes. I don't know about that, man. I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know.
Okay, that is crazy. That is crazy.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, Jalen Hurts is he's a bona fide top 10 quarterback. He's arguably top 5. So let's give him some respect because he does win games.
I mean, let's give the Super Bowl defending champ some respect. That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
And he's been there twice.
You have to.
Yeah, he's been there
You gotta
twice.
give him
And
respect.
in his loss, he outplayed Mahomes.
That's
that
cap.
fumble was crazy.
That's cap. No, that's
What?
cap.
In
That's
the
cap.
Super Bowl loss, he outplayed Mahomes. That's
No.
He
That's an
outplayed him
empirical
twice.
fact.
He outplayed him twice.
He did.
I personally don't think Holmes had the ball 8 times, scored 8 times. He had a higher passer rating, 0 turnovers. I mean, he won the game, so I can't really say he got outplayed. But I
I'm
understand the
talking
narrative.
about 2 Super Bowls ago, 3 Super Bowls ago.
Yeah. When they played and they lost, yeah. Nah, I mean,
What
Hurts
triple
played
shut
great though for sure. Played great, but not better than Mahomes. Mahomes was on. That's when people were saying Mahomes is like next GOAT after that game.
And then we got Bengals Broncos as the last.
Broncos by SmackDown.
Yeah, Broncos by SmackDown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Those
right,
are my
that does it
predictions,
for-
man.
Yeah, no, that does it for Scott picks. So over under 9 wins, or you know what I mean?
We going 10 this week. 10 or
10?
bust.
Okay,
10 or
I
bust.
mean-
that works out.
Yeah.
We need it.
Definitely need that. So definitely send that list over because I'm gonna definitely put a little like $5 on there and see what happens.
Throw 5
Yeah.
on it, baby. That's all
See
we
what
can do.
happens.
Little lottery
Okay.
ticket.
For real. Why
Yeah.
not?
All right. So, no, I think that does it. We'll see how week 4 unfolds. You know, I definitely thank you all for joining once again. This is Fanspective TV. We have Kilo Sports on the record. We have D. Scott here. We'll see y'all week 4.
Yes, indeed. Peace.
Leave studio.
Oh, he left the whole joint.
That nigga left the whole joint.
The whole joint.
That was
But
a
I'm
good
not
week.
gonna lie, these picks are not bad, bro. Like Seattle